Got it?
Yep.
Alright. Checking bees today. A little bit of smoke here. Here's my nice active hive. We're lucky today, we'll get to see the queen. But maybe not. I'm not going to look for her specifically. What I am going to do is I'm going to check for babies. See if we have stuff thrown in there now. Let's say this bar right here was brand new. I just put this in the other day because I had taken it out and put it in over there. It had some larvae in it, and I wanted to get my wild hive up and going a little bit stronger to make sure it took and the bees would stay in there. So this should be all brand new comb. Oh, look at that. Oh. See here, these are, that's like drone comb is what it looks like. It's a little bit more beveled up, whereas over here is worker comb. And you've got nectar up here in the top. So we have drone and worker comb here on this side. This looks like it's a mix of both as well. Okay. But it's all capped or open larva. That's all pretty new. Pop her back in there. Just look right here, maybe. I want to try to find some old brood, something that's all capped and probably going to hatch here in the next week. I'll put them over there with the weak hive. No, wait a minute. Now this one's the new frame. This is the new frame. Looks like. I don't see anything. This is all bee bread right here. It's just basically pollen and water and a little bit of nectar kind of mixed together. That's what they feed the babies. Okay. So we have one frame of larvae there for sure. Capped brood. Let's see what we have here. This one. We have a little bit of capped brood there. Capped workers and larvae. Oh, lots of drones. Right there, it's the males. Still don't see the queen. Okay. Let's see what we have on this very next one here. Comb's a little wonky, not quite perfectly straight, but it's not bad. They're not cross-combing at all. Some beekeepers are wanting comb to be exactly the right widths there. I don't really care. Bees will do what they want to do. This looks like pretty much all honeycomb. right here. Yep, all that's about to be turned into honey. You can tell they'll make honeycomb thicker than they do brood comb. It's usually a pretty good sign. So we've got, and then I can already tell there's just a couple of small spots right here that they're starting. So we got honey, honey, brood, brood. This one's got just some pollen on it, but might be brood chamber in the future. So what do we have here? Oh yeah, that's a whole lot of capped workers there. Just a couple of things of drones. I don't see the queen. Let's see. Well, I don't want to squish any of you girls. I just want to. There we go. Get a good look at this. I want to make sure, for sure, that there's no queen on this. Yeah, I don't see her. Ever since I released her from the cage, I haven't seen her really. She's in there, obviously. She's working. No, she's not on here. Alright. So, I want to give a quick shake. Any foraging bees you don't really want on here. You just want really young nurse bees. All these bees are kind of older, to be honest, because they come from a package and they're from anywhere, but normally bees, when they're really young, they start off as nurse bees. They don't go foraging until they get a bit older, and the nurse bees just basically stay behind and care for all the young. But the thing about nurse bees is that if you put them into a new hive, as long as they have brood to care for, they don't care. They will just do as they want and just stay there. But foraging bees, they'll leave the hive and then they'll go back to their original hive. Alright, so I'm going to take an empty frame out. Looks like they kind of started to build a little bit on it. I'm going to insert this pretty frame here in between. I want them really close to the kind of the cluster here. Oh, there's a couple of guard bees there. They just headbutted me. Oh, getting a little defensive over here. I didn't smoke them at all. It's okay. They'll be all right. Yep, we have capped brood in over there. So, so the queen in here is laying well, but I'm going to give them just a little bit of a boost. Since that other hive is so large and so plentiful, I'm going to give them one more here. So this way, whenever here in about a week, since that brood's a couple of weeks old, it takes about 3 weeks for them to start hatching. Here in about a week when they hatch, they'll be, this population will grow quite a bit. And then this will have a good fighting chance. But as is, I mean, just, you saw how heavy that one was, and there's only 4, 5, yeah, about 5 different frames here that we're filling up. Alright. There we go. And then we'll take my empty frame here. Insert it right here. I know We have really good straight comb here and really good straight comb here. And so everything they build on this frame will be nice and straight. And it's good to add empty frames towards the middle rather than towards the ends. And you want it in between brood comb, because if there happen to be a whole bunch of nectar on this one, or a whole bunch of nectar on this one, what they might do is just kind of like how you saw over here where the comb was getting really fat, they'll just extend the comb into the empty space, and makes it so that if you try to lift that comb out, it scrapes across the other frames and it makes a big mess. Don't want any of that. This frame was one you could see the rubber bands on. This was a frame I'd saved from last year that had honey all over it, and they've just turned this honey frame all into fresh brood. Every bit of it. Look at this. This is beautiful. Some of it's capped, but there's a lot of really young larvae in there. Yep. Queen's doing her part. Looks like they ate a whole bunch of the honey, and just ran into my head. You can see here, they're chewing all the rubber band. You never need to take rubber bands off the frame because they'll just chew through it. It'll snap off eventually, and then they'll take it out of the hive on their own accord. Come on, off. All right, that's good. Let's check the wild hive. Let's see how they're doing. Let's put this back on. They're doing beautifully.